Hello everyone, this is Cheryl Euchre, one of the e-learning developers for Girl Scouts of Northern California. First of all, thank you for volunteering with Girl Scouts, and second, welcome to our all-new Volunteer Learning Portal. I wanted to take a quick minute to give you some tips to help you navigate our new system. We have designed this site to make it easy for you to access all the training modules and resources you need to help you be successful in your volunteer role. That is why we created the volunteer checklists. The first thing you'll want to do is select your volunteer role. If you are a troop leader or volunteer with a troop, your checklist will be located under Troop Volunteers. If you volunteer with the adults in your service unit, your checklist will be located under Service Unit Volunteers. And if you volunteer with the council, your checklist will be located under Council Volunteers. When you access your checklist, you will notice that it is just that, a checklist. You will be asked if you have completed certain steps. If you have, you can simply check the box and move on. If you haven't, you will need to complete the requirements by clicking on the link to complete that step. Whether you are a new volunteer who needs to fulfill the requirements to get started, or a seasoned veteran looking for resources, your checklist has all you need for your role in one convenient location. The checklist will help you keep track of what you have completed and what you still need to take. Please take the time to read the information in your volunteer checklist, and when courses are required, make sure that you complete them as needed. When you need to complete a requirement, simply click on the link which will take you to the course that you need. Every time you access a new course, you will be asked to enroll. Just select Enroll Me. This is how we can track course completions in our system. Once you access a course, you will notice that they are organized with the same basic format. You will have a brief description of the course, followed by the online learning module. Notice that the survey is grayed out until after you complete the learning module. Once you have completed the learning module, you will receive a system-generated check mark that you have completed the module. If your check mark does not automatically appear, you will need to refresh your page and the check mark will appear. Then the survey will become available to you. You will need to complete and submit the survey in order to download your completion certificate. Remember, if your check mark does not appear, refresh the page and your check mark will appear. You will then be able to download your completion certificate for your records. Additional steps, instructions, or resources will also be listed, and if you have any questions about the course or have questions for other volunteers, feel free to ask them in our question forum. When you are all done with the course, simply click your back arrow to return to your checklist. Alternatively, you could select the Home button from your navigation panel, which would take you back to the main screen. You can then simply click back to the checklist and continue where you left off. Since we just completed the Become a Registered Member module, I can now select that I have completed it and move on to the next step. If you would like to see a listing of all the online courses that you have completed, you can click on My Profile in the left side navigation panel. Then click on View Profile. The courses that you have enrolled in will appear in light green, and courses that you have completed will appear in dark green with the words Completed. In order for the courses to show as complete, you will need to watch the tutorial and complete the survey for each course that you are required to complete. You can also manage your profile settings and change your password in the navigation panel by scrolling down to Edit Profile, where you can change the settings and manage your settings, or you can also change your password. Okay, are you ready to get started? Simply scroll down and find your volunteer checklist. Remember, if you have more than one volunteer role or volunteer in more than one way, you may have to complete requirements for more than one checklist. Troop leaders, this is an ideal place for you to send your adult volunteer team to get the training and resources they need. Simply send them to girlscoutsnorcal.org/training, and they can then click on their checklist. For example, troop drivers, The fall sale manager or first aiders can simply come here, click on their checklist, and complete the requirements. If you're curious about what the requirements are, look at their checklist and you'll. If you have any questions while you're completing the requirements for your checklist, you can either ask them in the question forum, or if you need immediate assistance, our e-learning team is more than happy to help. Simply email us at onlinelearning@girlscoutsnorcal.org. There is always something to learn in Girl Scouting. Thanks for volunteering.